Hey guys, Justin with Kayak Catfish. As you can probably guess from the title of this video, I've been dealing with a problem lately, and that problem is sciatica. Now, let me just start off by saying, I know a lot of you all who watch my videos have had back injuries, and maybe you're currently dealing with that now, and I'm not trying to sit up here and talk like I know anything about the pain that you all experience on a daily basis, so please don't be insulted by anything that I say. That's not my goal. My problem is very minor compared to what many of you all have or are currently experiencing, so please don't be insulted in any way. But I just wanted to kind of do this video and talk about what I've been going through, because I don't feel like I'm alone in it. I recently published an article on my website, kayakcatfish.com, talking about sciatica and what I've went through, and within just a few hours of posting it, that article became one of the most read articles on my website. So I'm inclined to believe that I'm not alone in this, that this is a problem that a lot of kayak fishermen deal with. So in this video, I have no magic cures or solutions for you. If you've tuned in to see that, you might as well hit the thumbs down button and move along. There is no magic potion. I have no snake oil to sell you. This is the kind of thing that just takes rest and time to fix. So I'm just going to take this opportunity to talk to you about what I have experienced, what I think has caused my problem, and what my plan is going forward to hopefully prevent this from ever happening again. Now, the problem I have, like I said, is sciatica. If you're not familiar with it, sciatica happens when the sciatic nerve, which is a nerve that starts in your lumbar spine and goes down and branches off and goes down both legs. When that nerve gets pinched or compressed or irritated in any way, you will have pain and or numbness depending on what part of that nerve is affected. And that's what's happened to me. My pain is basically kind of right here in my upper left butt cheek. It kind of starts right here where my low back and my butt meets, right there in that one spot. And then I've had numbness going down my left leg depending on the activity that I'm doing. Now this started, well, let me back up a little bit. This has kind of been an ongoing problem for me since I got this kayak. I fish out of a 2015 Hobie Outback, and as I've mentioned in other videos, I never liked the seat. I was never comfortable in the seat, and some of you all are calling me a hypocrite right now, and it's perfectly acceptable for you to do that, because I have talked in other videos about how important it is to get a kayak that you are comfortable in, because the more comfortable you are in your kayak, the more likely you are to use it. And I knew right away the first time I sat in this kayak that I was not going to be completely comfortable in it. But I love this kayak, and there's so many features about this kayak that make it a good platform for me to fish off of that I was willing to sacrifice a little bit on the comfort side for all the positives that went with this kayak. So I knew, like I said, after the first time I sat in it, it wasn't a good seat for me, it wasn't a good fit. But it was just something that I was willing to deal with. Now, there's a difference between being uncomfortable and being in pain. And an average day of fishing in this kayak for me doesn't bother me. It's not painful at all. A little bit uncomfortable, but it's not painful. And by an average day, I mean the type of day where I pedal for a while, I stop, I fish, pedal for a little while, stop and fish. That doesn't bother me. Even days where I'm trolling for catfish, where I'm moving at a slow pace, like a half mile an hour or so, that doesn't start to bother me until I'm 5 to 6 hours into the day. Where I have my issue, where this problem has come from, is when I'm trolling at fast speeds for long periods of time, like when I'm trolling for stripers and I'm maintaining that 3 to 4 mile an hour pace for long distances. Or really for me, what happens a lot is when I'm out catching bait, when I'm out skipjack. Oftentimes I have to cover long distances to try to find them, and that's when I start to notice this pain. Now, after I've been pedaling fast for about 2 hours, and it doesn't have to be continuous, I'm not talking about 2 straight hours of pedaling, just pedaling fast for at least 2 hours over the course of the day, I'll start to get that dull ache right there in that one spot. The longer I keep pedaling, the pain will intensify. I will eventually start to get some numbness going down my left leg. It starts out as kind of like a burning sensation going down the back of my left leg, and then it'll just kind of get numb. Typically what happens though, when that happens, is I'll stop. I'll just call it a day, I'll go home, I'll rest. Next day I wake up, I'm completely fine. It was like it never happened. that's how it has been for the last 2 years that I've had this kayak. For whatever reason, though, I guess I overdone it earlier this month. It was actually November 1st. I was out fishing, chasing bait, had the pain, got kind of worse as the day went on. I called it a day, went home. Next morning I get up, I've still got that dull ache. It's not really a pain, just kind of there. My dumb ass, instead of just taking a day off, letting my body rest, listening to my body, I said, I'm just going to go fishing again. So I went out, did some ultralight fishing. My plan was just to kind of stay close to the launch. I wasn't going to go a great distance, but I had my skipjack gear with me just in case. And lo and behold, I hadn't been on the water very long at all. I saw some skips busting a few hundred yards away, and off I go against better judgment. So I kind of done myself in that afternoon, and I was in quite a bit of pain when I got back to the launch. Next day I got up, pain's just as bad. Next day, it took me a few days before I kind of started feeling better again. And once again, my dumb ass, instead of letting myself get completely better, I decided, I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm just going to go out and do some catfishing. And I did. And I didn't go far that day. I might have pedaled mile and a half total the entire trip. And when I did pedal, I wasn't going fast. I took it very slow, very casual pace. But it was enough. It was enough to do me in, because when I was finished that day, I was in a lot of pain. I was pretty miserable. And since then, it's been rough. And I think that day was November 8th, was the last day that I was in this kayak, and I believe today's the 22nd, I believe. So, it's been a couple weeks now, and I'm still experiencing this. And part of that is on me. This kind of thing takes rest and time to fix, and I'm an active person. I don't like sitting around here moping around the house. I like to be out doing stuff. I had a vacation that was previously planned last week. I went to Las Vegas, and any of you all have been to Las Vegas, that's not the place you go to rest and relax. It is a long walk everywhere you go out there. Even just between casinos is a long walk. So it was pretty miserable. I had to stop and take a lot of breaks, do some intermittent stretching there on the Las Vegas Strip, and to get through it. Plus the plane ride, 4 hours each way in a cramped airplane seat, didn't help my cause either. But I'm starting to feel a little better this week. It's not near as bad as it was last week, so I am definitely improving, but I'm not improving as quickly as what I would like, because I would love to be active again and get back out in the water. But going forward, I have to make some changes. I have to. I'm not going to deal with this again if I can help it. Now, the first thing that I think has contributed to me getting sciatica is on me, and that's my flexibility. I used to stretch all the time. I kind of got away from it, just being lazy and lackadaisical, and I have got to do better with that. I'm in pretty good shape. I'm a fit person. Cardio-wise, I'm in great shape. But flexibility with me is piss poor. And, while I don't think that has caused this problem, I think it certainly contributed to the fact that I haven't healed as quickly as what I would like. So going forward, I'm on a stretching program right now, and that's going to be a priority for me going forward. It has to be a priority for me. I have to get more flexible. The second thing I have to do is I've got to modify the seat. Now, the seat here, the Hobie seat, like I said, I've never been comfortable in this seat. A lot of people love this seat. They say it's the most comfortable seat they've ever sat in. So, I would encourage you all, don't let me talking about this kayak today, don't let me dissuade you from purchasing it, or at least trying it out, because it is a great platform to fish from. I love this kayak other than the seat. And, for every opinion like mine that you're going to hear that hates this seat, you're going to hear 30 to 50 more people talk about how much they love it and how comfortable it is for them. And that just kind of goes back. You cannot go on my opinion or anybody else's or anybody's review to determine whether or not a kayak is going to be comfortable for you. Everybody's body type is different. What's comfortable to one person may not be comfortable to the next. So you got to get some seat time in a kayak to know if it's going to be a good fit for you. Now, me, I don't know if the problem really, I know I'm rambling on here a little bit, I don't know if the problem is the seat itself, or if it's just the hip angle that I have when I'm pedaling at the faster speeds. I don't know what's causing the problem. That seat doesn't go very high. Even in the high position of this kayak, it still sets very low to the deck. And a long-legged person like myself, I've struggled with that since I've had this kayak. It makes it difficult for me to stand up. You know, this kayak is very stable. I can easily stand in it, but getting to the standing position is tough. I have to kind of push myself up in order to be able to do it. So I'm going to try to elevate the seat, and as you can see here, I put a different seat on just to try out, just to, you know, see if it's the seat. It's just basically, I've got to get better, number one, and number two, I got to get on the water and just experiment. Try the different seat, try to raise it up higher to see, you know, what's going to help, because I just can't do this going forward. It's one thing for me to be uncomfortable in the kayak. I can deal with being uncomfortable, but we've got to the point that I've injured myself with this, and so I have to make a change going forward. So that's going to be my thing that I'm doing here once I'm better. I don't know when that's going to be. I don't plan on getting back in this kayak until I'm completely healed this time. So like I said, I'm better. I'm a lot better today than I was last week, but I don't know how long it's going to take me to get completely better. So just going forward, just, you know, a channel update for you all. You know, I don't know my video production schedule because of this. I don't know how it's going to be affected really. I've got like 3 more fishing videos that were filmed that's going to be coming out, you know, each Sunday. 2 of those trips were done prior to me hurting myself, and then I've got the day that I shouldn't have went fishing, but I did. That video will be out as well. So I've got those 3. I'm also going to be doing another video on another kayak that's behind the camera there now. I purchased a second kayak a few weeks ago, just as kind of a guest kayak. It's basically going to be for my girlfriend, so she can get out there and join me. And so I'll do another video on it at a later time and just go over why I chose that particular kayak and talk about the modifications we're going to make it more fishing friendly. But you know, guys, I don't know beyond those videos. I don't know how much I'm going to be posting here in the next little bit until I get better. But I appreciate you all watching my videos. I really do. If you've sat through me rambling on, I don't know how long I've been talking now. Wow, if you've sat through it this long, God bless you. I don't know how you can stand to listen to me talk this long, but I really appreciate you supporting me and my channel. I hope to be making some more videos for you here soon, hopefully sooner than later. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.